All right, let's start this show up. See where this takes us. All right, let's do this. Right, posted it to where I need it to. That's fine. What's the story here, guys? What's the story here? Let's have a look and see this. Right, okay. Not sure if you can see me or anything like this. The internet may be a little bit funky. But don't worry too much. Just wanted to do a quick update because I'm getting a lot of people asking me, is this over? Is this over? Right? Non-stop, literally, people phoning me up and saying, was this the top? Was this the end? What's going on here? So what I want to show is a few bits and bobs here. Number one, I want to show you this panel here. So I'm looking at this panel. And on this panel, there's a few bits and bobs that I want you to see. Number one, I want you to see is how this others, the dominance for others is starting to move up, right? So that's very important to notice as well. Have a look at this. The other thing you want to see is, say, for example, Ethereum dominance also moving up. So you want to see this as well, right? So you want to see these kind of things, like, for example, Ethereum versus BTC moving up, Cardano moving up. This is a good sign for us to know that the market is not totally over. This is just doing its thing, just in price discovery mode. In fact, if you look carefully, this is the total market cap, 2.7 billion. Let's call it 2.7 billion. Price discovery. This is all now in price discovery mode, right? So none of this is bearish at all. Also, there's a few updates I am going to do. For example, like this box here, I will take this box off because we don't need these kind of levels anymore. We're not concerned about this stuff anymore. This box is enough for us to know what we should expect in the future. So as long as we can stay above this, guys, absolutely fine. No harm at all. So I hope this kind of helps. And I've put the camera on today as well, so you guys could see me. Actually, I might even sit down and deal with this, but I'm standing up right now. That's why you might see the camera in a slight different angle. Doesn't matter. Listen, none of this is a problem. So when people are asking, is the market totally over, right? I mean, guys, come on. You were down here. You were down here for so long. I think the question should have been down here. I think most of the guys who are asking me this question today, you should have worried around here. You should have been asking the same question. I think that some people did actually, but asking me that question around here somewhere. Now that we've broken the previous all-time high, not only have we broken the previous all-time high, we actually even done a new all-time high. So I'll give you a good example. This exchange doesn't show this, right? So on this exchange, you can see 66,998. But I'll show you BTC USD. And if you look at Binance, right, you'll see we actually hit $67,000.83. Yeah, $83, right? We actually hit that 67K. We hit that, guys. And I actually even tweeted yesterday. I said, congratulations to everybody for 67K. So some exchanges we have done that. Of course, I'm looking at the index chart, which is slightly different, but we've hit that. And we've talked about how now that we've created a foundation here, so this was our foundation, right? Now that we've created this foundation here, all we have to do is hold this foundation, hold this level. We created a lovely support for us to actually continue. So when we come back and rebound here, this is just confirmation. This is the day, this is the confirmation. I mean, come on, we need to give it a day to confirm. We can't just use these shorter time frames and say, oh guys, this is what's happened. Actually, the funny thing is on the shorter time frames, you can see this trend line here still holding as well. So I'm not going to be that fussed about it. But then again, this is nothing. These are not valid at all, right? This line here, not valid at all. Even this line here, not valid at all. Because it's only 4-hour data. Why would we use that? If we want to use anything, we can use this longer term data and say, well, this is a lot more better data. We can use that, or we can go even more crazy and start using data points from these levels here and say, right, what's the market tracking right now? But none of this matters to us because remember, the daily, right, that we're tracking, this is the daily. We're still on that. We're still on track. So of course we go up, we come back down. This is all part of the pattern. Remember I told you how all the patterns have a tendency to do, let me find an empty gap for you. So all the patterns have a tendency to go up, down, right? Up, down, on a trending upwards market. On a downwards market, they do this, down, up, down, up, down. And these are your support ranges. These are your resistance ranges, which become future supports. And you can see we need to constantly create these in order before, for us to move up, right? So I hope all of this kind of makes sense. Also, let me have a look at the chats to see if anybody's actually chatting. How many people are actually watching? I have no idea because this is completely unscheduled. I did not plan for this at all. I just thought I'd do it because I'm getting so many people asking me, and I thought, you know, I'm just going to put it on a video, watch it or not, it's up to you. But it's just that, you know, sometimes, listen, it's a bit too much, right? It's just a bit too much. So we have to go ahead and we have to say, right, guys, please understand, you know, the market is going to do its own thing. We just have to understand it for what it is. Also, let me just double check one other thing. I've just noticed something. So I think here I haven't saved it. So let me make publish it so everybody gets this, because I did put the link out, but I didn't publish it. But that's fine. It's published now. So now everybody's going to get it, because I can't see anything on the chat or anything because it wasn't published, right? Now I can see it. So let's have a look at this and let's see who's watching and what's going on. I've put subscriber mode only, so if you are new to the channel, please subscribe, then you can chat to me and whatnot. And it's going to be a very short stream. I'm not going to make this too long, right? So that's what's going on. Please do understand, this is just a confirmation candle. This candle here, dumping here, technically is a confirmation candle. Of course, we had other bollocks in the market. For example, we had some news regarding what was it called, the Binance situation, right? So if you put BTC USD and if you start looking at the Binance US, you can see that we had this situation with this one stupid candle, but this was to do with the dollar, US dollar. So this was a Bitcoin to US dollar market where this happened, right? If you look at the USDT pairs, it didn't actually really affect anything. So if we start looking at the USDT pairs, it's a different story. So let's have a look at the USD. For example, even in some other exchanges, it didn't really bother that much, right? So let's do USDT. And that changes everything, right? When you do a USDT pair on the same Binance, you can see nothing happened, right? So whatever the reason was, you're spoiling us, bro. Awesome. No, listen, I'm doing this because I'm getting so many people asking me this question. My phones are exploding and I can't do this all day long, right? So you can see the USDT pair, nothing. It was only the USD pair where the situation happened. Okay, whatever the situation was, you know, happened there. A lot of people got liquidated, but a very small amount. USD doesn't even have much volume in it. So it's a stupid amount of thing. So people are panicking because of this, because they're not looking and they're not seeing that it's got nothing to do with crypto. It's got nothing to do with crypto. It's just stupid people doing stupid thing, wiping themselves out, and it went down to 8,200. You shouldn't be trading with fiat anyway. Do you know what I mean? Crypto are crypto. So this is what it is, right? Could have been anything. We don't know, but I have tweeted about it and I've said, guys, don't worry too much about it. It's going to come there. And I've tried to make people calm. I said, guys, calm down. Nothing's happened, right? It's absolutely nothing for us. So let's see how this reacts and where this takes us. But other than that, look, we are doing just for right now, we're just doing our price discovery, number one, and number two, this is a candle as a confirmation candle that are we going to stay up there? Just because we went up there one day doesn't mean that was it, right? It's the absolute, oh, that's it, we're now continuously going to the moon. No, we need a corrective candle. We need to find the price where we want to create our new resistance points and where we want to create our new support points, right? And that's what we've just done here. We've created our new support ranges, right? Because you can see here, right, we pumped all the way up and this was our confirmation candle, and this confirmation candle didn't really work out, and you can see here we broke down. So we were only there for a few days and then we started coming down. So until we see this kind of a pattern here, so if we start seeing another low here or a higher low here, then we know, okay guys, it's a bit iffy, maybe we need to get out of the market, right? But we do have this support forming here, a strong support here. As long as we can hold this 60k level, 61k level, we're fine. Do you know what I mean? So until then, I would have panicked. So I just thought I'll throw this update out there. I'm doing second stream today just for this, right? Nothing else, right? So just stay calm. Don't worry too much about it. I know people are talking about the dominance. Remember, dominance has nothing to do with the charts or the technicals. We do not use this as a technical indicator. We only use it to see where the sentiment is. Nothing else. So let me not repeat this again, please. Again, you can see the sentiment moving out of Bitcoin, moving into Ethereum. Absolutely fine. No harm in that, right? You know, this is like BNB dominance, right? Who cares? It doesn't make any difference to us. This is Cardano dominance. Who cares? It doesn't make any difference to us. Now, what does make a little bit of difference to us, and which is super solid for altcoins, is when we start seeing Ethereum to BTC chart moving up a little bit, right? Again, no harm. Doesn't make any difference to us. It's just showing that a lot of the currencies that are pegged or paired with BTC You can buy more BTC with your altcoin, or you can buy less. So that's what it is. The red means you're going to buy less, and the green means you're going to buy a lot more. Very simple, right? The simple way to put it, right? That's what's going on. Ethereum, it went up there. I mean, why am I not surprised if Ethereum went up to the top level and actually got rejected here? Why am I not surprised? Well, that's because, look, the previous high was there. Of course, we expect a previous high to be a massive resistance area. Bears are waiting there, waiting to do a short. They've probably shorted the whole damn thing. And that's what they're doing, getting overexcited. But what they don't realize is we're here to stay. And where does this whole pattern invalidate? Here. So as long as we don't come back here, we're fine. So we've got this area of $3,600 or $3,700, or in fact, we can even use this area, $3,746. As long as we don't go below here, we're fine. We're fine. It's nothing. This is fine. This is just a confirmation candle. Not even that. Just finding resistance on the previous high. Once we break the previous high, we already have our targets. We already know where we're going. Our first target, 4,536. Our second target, 5,281. Our third target, and let me get that into the frame. Our third target, 7,045. And my ultra bullish target in the future, 11,200. And then even more ultra super bullish target is 18,000, and it gets even more crazy. The most parabolic, hyper parabolic scenario that I could ever see for Ethereum is a $28,000 Ethereum. So you can see my targets are very, very high indeed, right? But we take them in, I call them baby steps. So we take them in little steps, baby steps, right? That's what's going on. Also, came to my attention, right? Came to my attention. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. Let me just go and drop this order. But it came to my attention. Some people are actually, so some YouTubers, big channels, they started copying my style. But give me 1 minute. Go, give me 10 seconds. Let me just drop this order and I'll be back. 1 second. All right, I'm back. Right, so it's come to my attention that some guys are actually copying my my style, right? They're copying my style, right? So I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna now limit my style, right? So what I've noticed is some people are copying how I draw my charts, how I leave my lines, how I draw my trend lines, how I'm able to predict certain tops and bottoms, right? And I'm seeing some guys are now starting to copy that. So I said, you know what? I'm going to limit it. I see not Rico here. Can you explain again how the pairs work slower, like I'm a child? No worries, my brother. Definitely. So for not Rico, this one's for you. I'm going to just do it very simple and very easy. Very simple, very easy for you. Very simple, very easy for you. Very simple, very easy. This is how it works. Watch. So if you look at the coin market cap on default, you should be able to see it. So go to coin market cap and just go to see where it says price in BTC. So we know one BTC is worth one BTC. We know one Ethereum is worth 0.06 BTC. We know Cardano is worth 0.007 BTC. Right. So we know these are the price. Each one, that's the pair. That's the BTC pair. So if we go to an exchange, and I'll give you a good example. Let me see if I can find an exchange for you. Let me see. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go to spot. And I'll show you a nice little pair and it will make sense to you, right? So these are USD pairs, right? Let's go to BTC pairs. And you can see on the BTC here, we have an Ethereum pair and we have an XRP pair. So the say for example, Ethereum pair, and let's go to advanced and let's go into slightly bigger. If I can. No, I can't actually, because this will blow up the whole thing. So what you're seeing here is right now, you can buy more BTC for your Ethereum. Does that make sense? You can buy more BTC for your Ethereum. So how many Ethereum do you really need to buy one whole BTC? So for example, if I was to pour, let's try 8. How many does 8 buy? Order value, that's not the one. 8 doesn't buy it. So let's do 12. So you can see here, look here carefully, and you'll see the number show up, right? So let's do 16. 16 almost works, right? So 15. 15.1, 15.3, 15.4, 15.5. So approximately 15.5 Ethereum today will buy you 1 BTC, right? Does that make sense to you? So now if we go back to that chart, I'll make a little bit more sense for you as well. So you can see once upon a time on the BTC Ethereum pair, right? Once upon a time, I'm going to go to weekly just to show you a lot more data, It really makes sense. So once upon a time, when the BTC Ethereum pair was approximately 0.15, if it was 0.15, that means it's 15% of a BTC, which means that you could have had, I think, approximately 6 Ethereum to buy one whole BTC. This is back in 2017. So you could have had six Ethereum would have bought you one whole BTC. And then obviously where we are right now. So you can see currently, obviously, it's like 1/3 or slightly more than 1/3 of this. So this is why you need so many more. Does that make sense to you? So when we see the pair power is higher, you will get a lot more BTC, right? So if tomorrow Ethereum shoots up and comes back to these levels, you need less Ethereum to buy more BTC. Does that make sense to you? So you can convert your Ethereum and get a whole bunch of Bitcoin for next to nothing, right? So I hope this kind of makes sense, right? Because the thing is, like, for example, when it came down here, check this out, 0.01, you needed 100. So here, for example, August the 19th, you needed 100 Ethereum to buy one BTC, right? 100. Look, 2019, you needed 100 Ethereum to buy one BTC. All right. Now you need approximately 15 to buy one BTC. So you see the gain. So if someone bought one BTC worth of Ethereum, they would have received 100 Ethereum. So in reverse now, you would have received 100 Ethereum for one Bitcoin. Now, if you look at the price September 2019, what was the price in September 2019? So let's have a look and see what was the price of a Bitcoin in September 2019. So let's do this. September 2019. June, July, it was November, October 7th. Okay, here. So it was about 10K. So it was 10 grand for a Bitcoin, right? You take that 10 grand and you buy yourself 100 Ethereum. Now, what happens, this is really lovely, right? This is where it's gonna be mind-blowing to you. So you buy yourself 100 Bitcoin, 100 Ethereum for one Bitcoin on that specific day. Now, today you need 15. So what happens is if you take 100 Ethereum and divide it by 15, you get yourself 6.6 Ethereum, my friend. Sorry, 6.6 BTC. So your 10K worth of Bitcoin investment into Ethereum in 2019 would potentially make you 6.66 Bitcoin. So if we do the maths today and we say, well, one Bitcoin is worth $63,000, and trust me, I've got a calculator, so I'm doing it with a calculator. $63,000 times 6.66, boom. You would have had approximately $419,000 in your bank for a $10,000 investment. Okay, I hope this kind of makes sense, how many percent you would have made. So of course, when you see how much Bitcoin is pumped, we've done a 1,500% pump, but this would have given you a hell of a lot more. Now you understand how people actually, so when we say, profits are being taken and plugged into altcoins, now you understand why people buy altcoins at the bottom of the market for Bitcoin, because in a bull cycle, you can actually convert those and get yourself a whole load more Bitcoin. Right? Bitcoin doesn't give you any more Bitcoin. It's not stakeable. It's none of that business. There's no staking reward. There are some rewards that you get for locking your Bitcoin. Those are people who are lending it to other platforms, leverage platform, and they're giving you interest back that they're working on behalf of you. That's how you get 7-8% back as a reward APY, right? That's all it is, and you're getting it back in your Bitcoin because they're lending out. Remember, and a lot of people getting wiped out because of that. But just by plugging your Bitcoin into something in a bear market, you can easily make such gains. Of course, you don't want to plug it into any trash out there. Ethereum's a good one to plug it into. So a 10K investment into Ethereum today would have returned you, right? And $10,000, that is, would have returned you $419,000. I hope this kind of makes sense, right? Now, let's move back into where we were before, right? So, of course, it's crazy stuff, crazy stuff. But that's the reality. That's what the market is, right? That's what the market is, you know? So that's what I'm expecting. For me, I'm just treating this whole thing, as I said, just as this is just finding resistance. BTC is finding its price right now. It's finding its levels, its support. It's saying, okay, I have to decide where my new support is going to be. I have to decide where my new foundation is going to be before I start moving up. So that's what this is doing, right? But other than that, everything else kind of holding there. Now, we do see some currencies are kind of losing momentum. Actually, whoa, okay, I was going to say losing momentum. I can't even say that because look, that area where we found all of this, and in fact this box wasn't even correct. This box should be up to here, right? So when you do this, you realize, look at this, the resistance was, the support, sorry, was exactly on this line. I mean, how amazing is that? Again, it's in discovery mode. It hasn't crossed the line, but it's found rejection, if you look carefully, exactly at this area. So it's in rejection mode because it's a massive, strong resistance area. It has to break that resistance before it tries and, you know, tests out this previous all-time high, which is here. So it's got a long way to go, right? Dot, same again. Remember, previous all-time high is here. Where is it getting rejected? Just underneath this box, which is a major resistance area. So we need Bitcoin to continue for a little bit longer in order for the market to react. Let's see how that does. Solana. Same, look, I mean, just look at it, right? I don't even have to repeat myself here. Look at this. Rejection, exactly where the previous high was. That's become a resistance area. We know this is a massive, strong resistance compared to where this has become a massive, strong support. So you can see equally, this is strong. We need to go above this and sit above to confirm where we want to go next. So that's what this is doing, right? Cardano, similar story. It doesn't matter where it is. This one's actually part of a pattern, so it's not even in a resistance zone yet. It's just part of a pattern. It hasn't broken above its neckline. So there are some coins that are performing better, some coins not. I mean, ego, look at ego today, doing awesome. And I have to save this chart, but it's doing awesome, no issues at all. We did see a nice little slip here for ego, KCS, KuCoin, and look exactly where it bounced, the trend line where we found the previous, where we broke out of, right? And it's come back here and it says, nope, I need to go back again. And where is it finding rejection? It's very simple. Look at this. The resistance is the previous neckline that we were having. That's where the rejection is. Once we break above this, then we change the complete trend, and now we can test this. You know what I mean? So it's a long ways for the altcoins. Bitcoin has just led the pack, and it needs to now find its area of resistance or support or price discovery, whatever you're going to call it. It needs to find that before it moves up. So don't panic, guys. Don't panic. Right? It's not over. Don't panic. I mean, look at this. Even Gala was pumping today. Even Gala managed to hold that trend line. You know, brilliant. You know, looking at BitDAO, my new favorite thing I constantly talk about, because come on, I mean, how many cryptocurrency projects gives you a whole bunch of free coins that is worth something in the future? I mean, I'm so super bullish on this that I believe your 1,000 free BitDAO tokens should be worth 10K minimum to 100K maximum. I'm talking about potentially $100 a coin, potentially $100. That's 100K free. Would you not have that? That's why I'm so super bullish on this. And I've got a feeling BitDAO or Bybit is going to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff. So far, they've been managing to kind of avoid the regulations. Not avoid, but they've been playing with them. So they've had a lot of favors, and they know exactly what to do. We're not going to accept this. We're not going to do this. In fact, there was a coin I talked about, and I can mention it now because, what's his name? Jeffrey couldn't buy this. So Jeffrey's in the US and he's not allowed to buy this crypto. It's called Woo. And he's not allowed to buy this. And I want to show this on a larger time frame just so you can understand. This is Woo coin, right? WOO, Woo coin, Woo trade or Woo whatever. and you can see how the pattern has formed. It's a brilliant pattern, how it broke out of the channel. It's been doing higher highs, and it's come and found resistance exactly on the previous all-time high. This means this is ready to do a breakout. If this does a breakout, my projection is it should do easily up to $2.24, which is a 66% increase. Now, this coin, in some like KuCoin, if you're from the US, you can't buy this. If you're from another country, you can. So just look at that, how the control is. So KuCoin gets away with this. Shams had a shave. No, I haven't had a shave. What's wrong with you? I haven't had a shave, bro. What's the matter with you? Look, I haven't had a shave, bro. What's wrong with you? No, I haven't had a shave. I couldn't be bothered. I ain't got no time. Right. So that's the Wu token, right? So this is the level what they're doing. So I've seen a lot of partnerships coming in, and Bybit is now starting its spot trade and all sorts of other stuff, which is really awesome to see, right? So this is what I'm loving about them. They're doing their thing. And that's why I'm super bullish on this, because I believe that exchange is about to make some difference. I mean, why would an exchange go and support a independent cryptocurrency, pledge $2.5 billion into the DAO? Doesn't make any sense unless they have some vested interest. And of course, what they said is if you hold the BitDAO token on the platform, the launch pools, whenever they launch new currencies, you get them for free. It's a no-brainer. Why am I going to give up on my free coins? You know, if I'm getting other currencies for free as well, just by holding some free coins they gave to me, I'm going to do it all day long. So that's what you call this? That's BitDAO for me, right? But look, everything else, holding pattern, kind of moving out. Let's see what it does. If it does, you know what I mean? If it does, it does. But doesn't matter, guys. Listen, don't panic. That's what I'm going to say right now. I know panic is the only thing that you've got in the back of your head. I wouldn't. I call them just basically complete price. Even the entire market cap. I mean, that's just stupid. We shouldn't be calculating this because obviously we've got a whole bunch of scam coins pumping out every day. So we had 12,965. Let's refresh. We're still on 12,965. So we're only about 35 away from 13,000. And it's coming. When Parachains launch next month, right? Parachains, I thought they were going to, on Polkadot, I thought they were going to launch this month. They're not. Apparently they're launching next month. If they launch next month, you should see another 100 different projects pop up. 100 projects pop up. When you see Cardano finally next month, or maybe at the end of the month, decide to launch his thing, we might see another 100 projects pop up. So the entire market valuation is going to also explode with it as well. Of course, we're expecting a lot more money to come in because now the institutions will start to come in slowly, because a lot of the smart money realize that investing in an ETF, investing in this and that is not healthy. Investing into the physical crypto is a lot more, or a crypto backed ETF is a lot better. And what I mean crypto backed, I'm talking about this. So what happened was, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, news broke out, and Grayscale BTC themselves announced it. This company, Grayscale Investment Holdings, they are a trust fund. They announced this. They just applied to the SEC to convert this trust into an actual ETF. That means this ETF is backed by, excuse me 1 second, let me quickly grab this, guys. Give me 1 second, let me quickly grab this. Give me a second. All right, guys, I'm back. I see Madman here. I love the name. You know, Mad, that's my nickname, by the way, the Mad King. That's my gaming name, Mad King. So yeah, I like whenever I see another Madman, I love it. Madman, welcome to the show, right? Welcome to the show. Do you analyze Dodge USD, Binance US? I analyze everything, right? I do Dodge as well. I actually have my Dodge, but I don't do it to the US pair, if that makes any sense, the fiat pair, because it's the least used pair, like GBP in the UK. It's the least used pair, right? the most high volume is usually on the USD pairs, not even USDT or anything like this. USD, sorry, not USDC, USDT is the highest volume. So we're going to look at that. But what I'm trying to say here, let's go back to Grayscale Investments. So they want to convert Grayscale investment holdings into an actual physical Bitcoin backed ETF. Oh, that's crazy, because remember, Grayscale BTC hold 647,000 Bitcoin, physical Bitcoins, on their platform, on their fund, real Bitcoin. And they own the largest amount of any company in the world. They own the largest amount of any company in the world. That is so much power. That is such a bullish news. And I love the fact that they waited for the fake ETF to launch before they applied for the real ETF. Because once you given the green light for a fake ETF, you can't really stop anybody else from launching their ETF because you've just done it. That's what they waited for. This is a killer news. This tells me the potential for BTC, if this does launch, right, is going to be higher than 200, 250 that I've predicted already. It will probably be a lot more than that. That's what's going to be. So I think that's where it's going to go. And I can see massive surge of money coming in when that does happen. So it's going to be awesome, awesome, awesome. I see Dr. O here, DNB, 0DNB, Dr. O. Hello, brother. So this is an unscheduled stream. As you can see, as you can see behind me, I'm actually in the restaurant right now, but I just thought I'll throw this in there because I had so many questions coming in. I thought I have to do this. Now, let's talk to Madman. Madman wants to do you analyze Dodge USD, Binance US? I'll do Binance US. That's not a problem. Not the best exchange because you're limiting yourself to one. So when you do something like Binance US, you're literally limiting yourself to one place, right? So you do have to understand how it works, right? Don't limit yourself to one place. So this is Doge US, not a problem. Ignore this. I think from what I'm seeing, whether it was Dodge US, whether it was ETH US, anything to do with Binance. Excuse me one second, guys. Let me grab this quickly. Give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. As you can see, I'm at work. The fella who just called me, he actually lives nearby. He's in crypto as well, and he's coming over to see me in about 15 minutes. So I said, no worries, I'll talk to you in 15 minutes. So he's coming over. See what I mean? Calls left, right. This phone's on silent. That was, oh my God, everywhere. Right, let's go back into this. So this particular candle you see in Binance US, Binance US, I think there must have been some sort of a glitch in the system. I did ask for an investigation. I'll post it on Twitter. I said, can you please investigate to see exactly why this happened? But again, it's irrelevant. I don't think many people go wiped out. I'm not sure what happened there, but it's the same thing that follows along. It doesn't matter what you do, whether you do Ethereum, for example, US, right? If you do Ethereum US, again, if you look at Binance US, you'll see the same candle. So I've got a feeling maybe the exchange had an outage or something, but don't limit yourself to one exchange, if that makes any sense to you. Do not limit yourself to one exchange, because the moment you limit yourself to one exchange, you are asking for trouble, right? You are absolutely asking for trouble. Do not do that. So this is what it is. So when we look at the general data, we have one of two ways of doing it. So for example, if I was going to do Doge, I will look at Binance, But what I would look for is an index, right? So more of a generalized one. So for example, this one is generalized, more of a global thing. Because remember, Binance has Binance US, Binance Singapore, Binance Germany, so many different Binances. So let's just look at this and see how this works, right? So when we're looking at Doge USD on a general term, you can see nothing happened. There was not a single impact at all. And so far, Doge looking very good. It broke out of this major downward trend line that we had. It broke out of that, and also now it's holding support, or way above the support actually, on the upward trending line. So you can see this yellow line is an upward trending line, and then we have this minor support here and a major support here, which is the bottom. And you can see so far so good. We are targeting to go to this level. Now for us, we have this neckline here that we have to break, which is the 30 level. And once we cross that over, then it's not far. We only have one more at the 35. And once we do the 35, then we're off to the races. And the pattern that we should be seeing is something, I know it's a wide pattern, but it would be something like this. You know what I mean? So ultimately, we are going back up. And for me, sadly, I have to say this area or anything slightly above that may be the end of Doge. Remember, Doge could be. Now, I'm going to say something to you right now that I've never said before. You know, I've always said Doge will wreck you. Doge is a shitcoin, infinite supply currency. Well, there are fundamentals that could change Doge. We know Elon Musk is heavily interested in Doge. Fine. We know Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin is now part of the Doge Foundation that they've just created together, or whatever they want to call it, right? Question is what are they doing? Question is, are they going to fix the supply and say, right, okay, no more infinite supply? Are they going to make it a staking type of a currency? And or are they going to create a burn function or something? I don't know. They're in there. They're going to do something. Maybe they might build smart contracts on it. Maybe they might build some decentralized exchange on it. I don't know. If they change the algorithm and do something completely different, Doge could be a valuable asset, and this might just all be the start of something bigger. Excuse me 1 second, guys. Sorry, this is what happens during the peak time. Give me a second. Let me just quickly grab this. All right. Sorry, guys. You see, this is what happens when you're at work and trying to do whatnot, and obviously you got the whole bloody setup here. So let's do this again. Let's do this again. Where were we? Right. So as you can see, what I said to you about Doge. So Doge itself could potentially be right now sitting at a price that is the perfect buy zone. Do you know what I mean? It could potentially be sitting at a perfect buy zone, and it will probably be worth holding it. But again, guys, we don't know. We don't know. So we can only speculate that Elon Musk and Vitalik Buterin may do something different. Also, is the chat gone? Bugged? What's going on? Let me see if the chat is working, because I'm just frozen here. I'm like, what's going on here? Hold on. Let me see if the chat is working. Give me a second quickly, guys. Let me just quickly check what's going on. What's going on, guys? If you're new to the channel, smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and remember, you can only comment if you're actually subscribed. If you're not, you won't be able to. Right, so that's what Doge is doing. So Doge, potentially in the future, this could be easily a 10, 15, $20 coin, but they have to cap the supply, number one. They have to change the algorithm, number two, and they have to build something on it as a utility, because what use does Doge have? Nothing. There's absolutely zero fundamental on this fun joke coin. Absolutely nothing. But then let's see what happens, right? Until the news, I'm not going to be super bullish. I mean, for me, I'll probably buy $100 worth and stash it somewhere just in case. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to be in it for anything else. And if you have gone in it for the money, then you need to understand that right now, without those news, $1 Doge is not possible. Let me just leave it there. A $1 Doge is not. This was just pure luck and hype, nothing else. Because this price coming down, I don't think people sold it. This price coming down is just another, supply. The amount of supply coming into the market every minute, 10,000 coins coming every minute. Come on, guys. be realistic. This ain't going nowhere until we see those news. So as I said, I'll probably buy $100 worth, throw it somewhere, forget about it. $100. I mean, today, what's the price today? 24. My God, so $100 would give me about 400 coins. If this thing pops to $10 in the future or becomes something in the future, it's not bad. You know what I mean? I could say I did that. So I'm going to leave it there for you on that particular one, right? That's Doge. But as I said, don't limit yourself to an exchange. Try and see the overall thing. And the analysis so far is Doge is coming back. Is it going to go to 70? Maybe. Is it going to go to $1? No. I don't think so. I'm just being humble and honest here. I don't think so. Not until we see these kind of news here. You know, we need to see real news. We don't want to see a tweet from Elon. No. That's not how it is. Tweet from Elon means exit. A tweet from Elon, as soon as it comes out, you press that sell button and you get the hell out. That's what that tweet means. Right? That's what that tweet should have meant for everybody who held here. And I think a lot of people did do that. So that's what it means, right? But other than that, guys, I mean, look, market's doing its thing. All right, market's doing its thing. Finding its price levels. BTC. BTC doing its thing. People panicking. As I said, I wouldn't panic too much until 60K. Let's see how this plays out. And as I said earlier on as well, on the earlier stream, what did I say? I said, look, Thursday's usually a crappy day anyway. I mean, you can go back on every Thursday. Like, so this is Thursday, so Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday. Oops, what was this? A Thursday. So you can go back and you can see pretty much every Thursday has been a rubbish day anyway, right? Sometimes on a Thursday we might be good, but every other Thursday is usually a rubbish Thursday anyway. And then remember, we still got the expiry coming in as well. So from now, where we are, we've 29th. It's not that long. It's about 8 days. That's literally a week. If it comes down a little bit, I wouldn't fuss too much about it, because on a trending market, none of this matters. It's your trending market. And when we're talking about trending market, this is the trend right now. So a lot of people haven't realized this, right? This is actually the trend right now, right? So if we are looking at a trending market, this is actually our trend. So we're intact. The trend is way, way above where it needs to be. It's completely intact. I wouldn't worry too much about it and see where this goes for us. So chill out, relax. Sundays, I mean, Thursday's usually a rubbish day. I said Friday, possible, because Friday normally they dump, and you know, the institutions usually dump the market and then go, like the CME, they usually close the market. So Saturday, Sunday, they're closed. So you get to see this massive CME gap. You don't have no idea what's going on. And then weekends is usually retail, right? So as long as we can hold the market super solid above the 60K, we're fine. We're fine. I wouldn't panic too much about it, right? I wouldn't panic too much about it. Nothing goes up straight, nothing goes straight down, but confirmations are key to success, right? We're going up, we can go up to the moon, but if we haven't got any more fuel, halfway, we run out, it's not going to work. You can't launch a shuttle, you can't launch a spaceship if you run out of fuel. And right now, we run out of steam, we're coming back, getting that momentum to make that next move at all. Again, right? You know what I mean? So that's what's going to happen. So let's see. I'm chilled out. That's all I'm going to say. Dominances, they're looking awesome. You know, when I'm looking at these dominance, when I'm looking at these price pumps, awesome. They're all giving me indications that, yes, the market's still going. Doesn't matter how negative the market looks right now. Of course, we can look at this area as well, right? How bloody the market looks. Look, some of these are bloody, some of these are high. Absolutely fine. I wouldn't bother too much about it, okay? The only thing that really, really makes me worry is when I see USDT, BUSD, USDC pumping. That makes me worry a little bit, right? But when I don't see those pumping and when I see these guys are still holding hardcore, I don't see a problem. In fact, FTT, wow, look, FTT came up. FTT just raised, I think, a Series B or Series C funding, another 400 million or something like this. Come on, guys, that's insane. That's insane, right? So that's what they've just raised. Awesome. That's all I'm going to say. But everything else is looking awesome. This is nothing bad here. I don't see anything bad here. You know, I don't see anything bad here. I'll tell you this. I know it looks kind of shitty, but absolutely fine. There's no harm in this one. Also, let's have a thing in this. Let's see this. Oof. Guys, I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm just looking at this. This is exchange wallet reserves. And what do we see here? Earlier stream, we saw 2,000. Now we see 6,300 coins leaving the exchange. leaving the exchange. That's super bullish. That's super, super bullish, right? There's a squeeze coming. I'm telling you, there's a squeeze coming. When we see 6,000 coins coming into the exchange, we should be worried. But right now, when we're seeing 6,000 coins leaving the exchange, be super excited because some big, massive moves are coming. I'm telling you. Also, there's a narrative going on that whales and institutions are not going to allow it to go over 100K. Guys, more than us, more than us. Understand this, right? This is so funny, so funny. So cryptocurrency, Bitcoin itself has been around since, like, Bitcoin, right? Has been around for donkey's years, right? Let's just call it donkey's years. Let's just switch all of this off. Let's go to the monthly and call it donkey's years, right? So Bitcoin has been around since here. Institutions thought it was a joke. They laughed us at. They did everything. They did all of this up to here, by the way. Everything. Oh, I'm going to say they did up to here. They cursed us. They said magic money, internet money, fun money, monopoly money, joke. Crazy. Up to here. Right? Now they realize that it's not a joke money anymore. They're coming in. We never wanted a 100K coin. We always went up in a step. We said $1, maybe target $10. When we went to $10, we said, okay, we can probably go to $100. When we went to $100, we said, maybe we can go to $400, $500. We were very modest as investors. When we went to 500, we said, maybe $1,000. By luck, I mean, we ended up going to $20,000, and we said that's dangerous. We came back, and now that we did 20,000, we said, well, if we did 20,000, we can do 100,000. And remember, we're keeping it very modest, right? After we did the $20,000, we said we can go to $1 million because we can see the projection based on the previous history. The whales didn't make any of these gains. The whales did not make any of these gains. All these gains people were making from here to here. Whales didn't make that. All the gains people made from here to here, they didn't make that. All the gains we made from here to here, they didn't make that. Does that make sense to you? All the gains we made from here to here, they didn't do that. So I'm hoping this kind of makes sense to you, that everything we've done so far, every cycle we've ever had, they've missed every one of these gains. Entire market total gain they have missed so far because they thought it was a joke internet money up to the previous high was 1 point something. I can't even count it. It's like 15 million% or something. But that's not the point. They missed that. We're looking for a 100K coin, being modest here. Do you think they're looking for a 100K coin? And do you think if they know we can go to 100K, we can go to 200K, we can go to 500K, do you think they don't want that? You got to be really insane to think that the whales and the institutions, the guys who missed the boat, missed all of this, who re-entered here, who just entered here, you got to be really insane, or something's wrong with you to think that Bitcoin is not going to go to 500K, or the institutions are not going to let it go to 500K. They want it to go to 500K. They want to make those money that they've never made before, right? People say, oh, the stock market's going to crash and this and that. They're not going to allow this to happen because the stock market would crash. No, guys. People who are in the stock markets, right, they're doing the same thing, trading paper money. So how does the paper money affect anything? Give me some physical stocks, and that's fine. Physical stocks, real company equity stocks, they don't get impacted because they're based on company performance. You'd be stupid to not to make it. Anything that's dividend paying, I'm going to be stupid not to have my stock in there. People don't play crypto with money they've got plugged into something else. That's money that's working. Money works for you. Big boys know one thing that the small boy doesn't. And don't get me the wrong way. Don't get this wrong. Retail traders, right? They invest money that they want to make more money, and they work for their money. Understand where I'm coming from? I'm working for myself, right? So you work for your money, right? So don't take me wrong in any way you form. You work for your money. Big boys make their money work for them. So it's stupid for people to think that they're going to take their money out of one place and put it into another. They don't do that. They have money to put. They've got money sitting in the banks, in the reserves. So they will put their money into right places to work for them, right? Everything is structured, right? Everything has a risk management. They probably even have a portfolio manager doing it for them, right? So please get this through your head that ultimately, right, if the institutions are coming in now and they're FOMOing in now, they want more than 100K than anybody else. Because 100K for them from 60 to 100, what's that? 40% gain? When us bunch of retails are sitting here and saying we just did 1800%. Come on, guys. When us retail are talking, sitting here and saying, well, guess what? Some of us been since here up to this particular level, and we did a 32,000%. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So we're laughing at them for laughing at us, saying we have magic internet money. Everyone thinks we're still nuts. These bunch of fools going out there buying crypto. It's not fungible. It's not tangible. It's not intrinsic. It's got nothing. It's got this. People, so many. I mean, there was a brother. I'm not going to mention it. He's on the chat right now. He showed me this thing about this. I believe he's a scholar who says something about Bitcoin and his view. And I'm thinking, dude, are you living in the bloody 1400 years ago? Are you living in the 1,000-year-old thing? Are you feeling all right? Do you not have a debit card? That's what I'm thinking myself. I'm like, do you have a debit card? Because everything you've just said to me is 1500 years old religiously. But hold on, I'm sure you holding a debit card in your hand and you go in there. So when did debit card exist? So if everything is wrong, then the debit card is wrong as well. That's what I'm thinking. But again, guys, everyone's open to their opinions. You can have your own. I have mine. But what I'm trying to say is the people that laughed at us, the institutions, the banks, they want these gains as well because they know it's possible. They know it's possible. They're not going to settle for 2x. They're not going to settle for 100% more on my money, 40%. They're not going to settle for that. I'm telling you. They're not going to settle for that. They need to see those gains that we've seen. They want to play this game up to 500K, a mil. They want to play that game. That's the level of gains they want. When they're realizing this, they're watching this, they've seen this from here to here. You think they don't want a piece of this pie? I'm telling you, they want a piece of this pie more than we do. And they've got the money to want that piece of pie, to get that piece of pie. Remember I told you, when a retail investor misses the boat, he's got to wait for the next ferry to come and carry him over, right? When we miss the ferry, we got to wait for it on the port, wait for it. If it takes 24 hours, you're going to wait for it. When an institution misses the ferry, misses the boat, you're going to pull it back. All right, come back here. Take me, put me on the thing now. I'll pay you whatever, carry me along because I want that journey more than this guy. That's what they do. So I hope this kind of makes sense. Give me 1 second. Let me just double check one thing. So I hope this all kind of makes sense, guys. What I've just said here. So if you just kind of soak this in, just watch this all over again if you have to. Soak the information that you've just been given because it will make total sense to you, right? So everything you hear is just noise, right? When you have to really understand what it is, it's like, okay, what do we have that the others don't have? What have they missed? Do they not want the same? Or do they not want a portion of that or something equivalent to that, right? It just makes sense that if we think that that's it, then you're wrong. It's not the small gains. Everyone else wants to play the big thing. Everyone else wants the bigger piece of the pie as well. But other than that, listen, I'm getting busy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the stream. And I hope you guys have a good time. Don't worry too much about it, as I said. But like, share, subscribe. And I'll catch you on another one very soon. But other than that, awesome. Thank you very much for everyone coming to the show. Thank you very much for everyone joining the stream. Thank you to KR. Thank you to Not Rico, Madman coming here. Also, Madman, I believe you're a new subscriber. Also, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. It does really support the channel, and we can grow, to a larger community and hopefully keep everybody's minds clean. And Doctor, thank you very much just coming over and saying hi. Thank you, and I'll catch you on another one, guys. So